Can you see my screen? And also you'll confirm with me if it has started the recording. Anyone?
We can see your screen.
All right. Has it started recording on your end? Don't know if is it displaying. Let's see.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Wonderful, wonderful. So now it's more of um interactive session, not a lecture like last time. So in case of any question, you'll bring it on board. So basically, we have decided to form a team, an organization, GitHub organization, so that we will be collaborating here together. Because I want us, once we finish the Git and GitHub, now we'll talk about now the API creation. Then later we'll talk about now the containerization with the Docker. You know, sometimes you share scare someone telling you that for example, you're working for a client, and then on your environment it's working, on your local environment it's working. And then you tell the client that on my computer it was working. So we talk about the containerization such that the image that is working on your local environment will work the same on the server. Perhaps that would be later. Now, today I want us to do it more practical, understand how you can collaborate, how you can contribute, and also how we can create issues and many more. And I remember it's just the title said it is a Q&A session. So there's this GitHub. GitHub, let me go to the organizations. Let's see, it is building portfolio, this one. And I invited most of you here. So this is the organization that I will be using for our projects and more for collaboration. So I have a project here that I want to give you. For example, if you do not have a portfolio, a website, there's this one, you can start with it. I have it. Let me see if I have it here. Portfolio. Okay, let me see. It should be here. Let's see. Name tag projects. Yeah, so there's this project that I want to use it for demonstration. This it's available on YouTube, but basically I had teach this project on YouTube. It's available on YouTube. I had created this YouTube a simple project for YouTube. This project. I don't know if we have Mercy here. I just use a name. It's just a demo a website to get you started. You can customize it and make it yours. So this is just a simple page. You can add in, for example, the referees or the people who know you, and some contacts, and also some basic footer here. So I want to use this one. In case you do not have a project, you can start with this one. Let me add it to the C drive. Let me see. Should be C drive. Demo outside here. Now, I want to, for those who are invited, they'll be able to access. I'm going to create here a repository to the repository section. And then I just want to create here just a simple, a new repository called portfolio. Portfolio. A portfolio repository, and then it's going to be private. So those who are in this organization, those who had sent their emails, will be able to see this project. So if you do not have it, and then we have the admin here called let's see the name. I have an admin. Let me see the name. CK. We have an admin called CK. Send just your email there, or someone will create a form where you submit the GitHub emails. Then you'll be invited here on this. But they will be doing a lot of big projects on the same platform, on the same organization here. So if you want to be part of it, make sure that you submit your emails such that you can be invited. So I've just created this repository, and I'm not going into deep because we had discussed these things earlier. So it's just an empty repository, and so we have this project that we want to use it for demonstration. In Kenya, when you mention demonstration, it's like someone will think it's protest, but then demonstration, okay. The project that I've just added here, let's see. Yeah. So I want to open this project on the Visual Studio Code. I believe by now you have the Visual Studio Code. We had talked about that one also in the first session on the portfolio series. So this is just a simple website. It's available on YouTube. I had taught it on YouTube. Let's see. This project here, and I'm sorry if we have Mercy here. I don't know. I used Mercy, but I have this demo, so I'm going to push it here. So I've just created here an empty repository called a portfolio, and in this portfolio, I want to clone. I want to push this project here so that you can access it as a starter code. I want to use this one to understand how we can collaborate or how you can contribute on this one. So basically, what I'm going to do is to in this project that I've just opened here, I want to open now the embedded terminal here. I just click there, and I want to use git bash, though it can work on any command line. So let me use git bash, and so the first thing that I always want to do when you want to use Git is to initialize Git. We talked about that one in details last time. And just say git init to initialize an empty Git repository. And then once you have initialized an empty Git repository, or maybe sometimes it might already be there. So what you'll want to do is, first of all, to see if you have any remote repository there by typing just git remote -v. So this one is going to tell you if you have any remote repository or not. Sometimes you might have a project that already has Git in it, initialized already. So you'll want to check, first of all, if you have any remote repository before you add it yours. So for example, assuming that you have a Git repository there, for example, let's do Git remote add, and then add in this repository here. Okay, sorry. Okay, you need to specify the origin because you might have several, okay. You might have several branches, so you need to specify the origin. So because I hate typing, okay, let me just type git remote add, and then you need to specify the origin. Then are you adding now the link? Remember, the link is not this one at the top. The link it's not this one at the top. The link it is now this one. This one that you are given here, this link. That's the extension .git. Don't use this one at the top. And then what you do next is just hit enter. So sometimes you might have a project that already has the like this remote repository already included. First of all, let me clear. So always you want to check before you add in any other remote repository, do git remote. Git remote dash v to view all the remote repositories available. So you can see in the event you have something like this, like already an existing repository is there. Remember, you cannot add in a new one. If an existing one it is, you'll get an error. So to remove, for example, any repository which is there, you will use what you will say. You will say, okay, you will say what git remote. Okay, git remove, and then git remote. Sorry, sometimes I might be distracted. In fact, let me just I don't know, switch off the phone. Yeah, so let me say git remote remove git remote remove origin. Remember, don't miss the word origin. Git remote remove origin, just like that. And then now when you do this git remote view, any question? Is someone talking?
I'd
Yeah.
seen
So,
somebody had raised their hand. I'm not sure if they have raised their hand.
oh, okay, thank you. So I believe there should be someone here to monitor because when I'm in that screen, I can't see. So who was it? Actually, I want to avoid this screen because I said we are going to push this. We are going to upload this one on YouTube for your privacy. I don't want to go to that screen. So in case you have an issue, you can just tell me. Unmute and talk, or maybe Linda or Eve.
Sorry,
Yes.
I'm the one who had raised my hand, but I
Yes.
noticed your recording. I just needed to confirm that.
Oh, that sounds like Patricia, right?
Yes, this is
All right.
Patricia.
Yeah, it
Sawa.
is recording. It's recording, yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Asante.
All right. All right. So once again, what you do in the event you have an existing remote repository. Another question? All right. So in the event you have an existing repository and then you want to add in a new one, remember to remove first of all. Then once you've removed, you can always confirm. So if you write this command and then you don't see anything here, just know that you don't have anything there. So let's re-add. Now for me, I hate typing, like I repeated myself. So I've decided to just retrieve the other command that I had written. Then I'm going to add in now that remote repository. And then anytime you do that, you need to create your main branch. You need to create your main branch. So you can just do git branch, git branch, and then dash capital M for main branch. Then perhaps we call it main or a master. Let's call it main. Main. And then once we've done that, the next thing we say that is you do what? So what do we do next? After we've configured everything, remote repository, we have the files here. So
Do we commit? We
yes.
write a commit.
Yeah,
Or
before we add the commit.
you add.
Oh yeah, we add in the files, and sometimes you might have the images or videos. You don't want to include them. You don't want to include them such that people will use their own. Like you can see this image. This one I just pulled from the internet. I got from this and Splash. Sometimes you don't want to use, but it was free. I used here. Called I search for someone called Girl. I don't know why I used the Girl, but um, there's this image somewhere. Okay, I can't remember where it was, or maybe perhaps it was removed. So sometimes you might have some images or maybe some files you don't want to push them. So you might add them in the file git ignore. You can add in the file in the git ignore. Make sure that you are at the root. Create a new file called .git ignore. So that when you add it, remember adding, it means that you want to track those files. But then when you add in the git ignore and list all the files you want to ignore, now when you add all the files, it's going to automatically exclude the files that you have added in the git ignore. Git ignore. Ignore. So how can give me the command to ignore this image folder? How can I ignore this images folder? Kuna mtu ameinua mkono? Let me see if I can join with the phone so that nione watu huku. Let me see. Internet. I believe you are okay. Sorry. Basically, guys, we have international people here, like from Nigeria, other countries that don't understand Swahili. So make sure that we try to to speak English, even if it's hard. Let's try. And also, perhaps sometimes I forget. Make sure that you remind me to speak English. In the event I just talk my things. Make sure you remind me.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. I need to meet. Yeah, so now I can see people well. Yeah, so in case you have a question, just at the moment, I'm trying to ask you guys, in the event you want to ignore these images folder here, you want to ignore this images folder. Sometimes you don't want to include the images when you push it on the GitHub. You want people like, or maybe sometimes it can be big files. So it might, sometimes Git doesn't allow you to push like a large files, the video files, the PSD files, or those files which are big. So you might want to ignore some files so that you can just push the codes alone. So can give me the what I should write here in order to ignore this images folder. Someone Njoroge. I saw someone like Samuel Njoroge on this phone. Yeah, Samuel. Are you able to hear me?
I think it's git ignore. I've already written it.
Yeah, so I have a git ignore file. I want to ignore now the images. How will I do that? Wow, my students said that they learned, they understood last time. It seems it was stories Rajaba. We call it stories Rajaba in Kenya. So here you just write the images folder, like anything you want to, for example, if it's an image, you want to ignore everything in that image, you just say images like that, then a forward, you don't even need to add in the forward slash, but then it's going to ignore like the entire thing. So these are the first thing that I usually do before you track the files. You need to specify what you want to ignore. In the event you don't want to ignore, you don't want to ignore anything, you don't need the git ignore. But then in the event you want to ignore a file, make sure that you do that. Yeah. Yeah, so this way you have added now the files that you want to ignore. Then what you do next, we can use now the other command, git add. Now we can add all the files at a go by adding just the period because we've listed what we need to ignore. Otherwise, you could have specified the files name one by one, for example, index.html, script.js, CSS, and so forth. Now, when I click enter, then it's going to consider now the status it has changed. Remember, I'm having this one because I have that intelligence, not intelligence, but we have a git lens. We have the git lens, that's why it's going to show me the status here automatically. Otherwise, you'll have to do git status. Git status, it will display all the files that are being tracked or not. So at the moment it is tracking. Remember the git ignore itself, it will be tracked, but then the files that you specified in the git ignore will not be tracked. And then now, once you've added the files, then you do what we call the commit. It's now like to save. So you can do that. Now the git commit is just a quick recap on what we did last time. Git commit. And then you need to specify the message, a descriptive message. For example, my first commit, and then it's going to add all the files. And then what you do next is just to do a git push. Remember the main branch is the main branch is a main. So what you do, if you want to push it, you're going to just use a command called a git push. Git push, but then we need to specify the branch. Otherwise, you'll need to set us an upstream such that in future you can just say git push. Let me don't use the upstream at the moment. Let me just say git push, then origin main. So this one is going to push to the main branch. Remember, you might have several branches, but then at the moment we are just pushing it to the main branch. But then in the event you wanted to also set the upstream, then we say git push hyphen upstream or a hyphen u, and then origin, whatever origin you have. Then it's going to push to that origin. So I want us to reach here. Now I want to talk more about the collaboration, and I want one of you to project their screen, so that we can learn now collaboration in action. So who can volunteer here to share their screen? Whether you learn more when you present. First of all, before we continue, any question up to there? This is just a recap on what we did last time. Any question? Have you ever encountered any challenges, or your life is just, you know, paradise? What do you call it? Like, you don't have, like, you don't have crooks on your way, on your journey, coding journey. Have you ever experienced any issue with Git and GitHub you want to ask? Or you're just everything just wonderful?
Some of us are learning, so we are still trying to experiment.
Oh,
Yeah.
great. All right, so anyone who wants,
Let me share.
yeah, you can share, sure. Let me stop mine. Is it Linda? Oh yeah, it's Linda. Thank you, Linda. Yeah, so you can go to organizations. Is your microphone muted?
I just turned it on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so here, this is the one that you created yesterday.
Yeah, you can click on it.
Okay. Then here we
All right. So we have that portfolio.
go. I click on
on
it.
it. Yeah, click on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then click click the fork. I know I need to give you permission. Able try to click that fork.
It's
First of all,
disabled.
it is disabled. Let me
Yeah.
make it an public. Okay, just a minute. Just stay
Okay.
there. Stay
Okay.
there. Let me make it public. So let me see. Click public.
We need to be a leader. But I see. Why did this one come this side, this Git ignore?
And the Git ignore where? Let me see.
Here it came and it was not supposed to come, right?
The Git ignore itself is going to come, but then now the files that are in the Git ignore is the one that will not appear. It's going to track the Git ignore itself.
Oh, okay.
But then now the files that you add in the Git ignore it will not be tracked.
Okay.
Yeah. So
but if you just add maybe a file by a file, then you don't add this one, you just leave it.
Yeah, it will still work.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking of the same because there's somebody was telling me that if they can come to my repository and then they get like this entire index.html script and style that I've just used one commit. They're like they have that like kukushuku, maybe you copied from somewhere. So at some point wanaangalia hizo commits zenye maybe umemake under one repository. So atukifanya hivi mtu anaweza then you just copied another person's work alafu ukapush.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think there's no issue by there's no issue with
Okay.
okay. Oh, let me see. Okay, I can and there's one. There's an option to make it public. I'm looking for something to make it public, to change it from remote. I used to visibility. Yeah, okay, there's this one. Change it to public. Let me see. Make this repository public. Can you now try to
I refresh.
refresh?
Yes.
Yeah, click on the fork. Yeah, and then now scroll down. So yeah, scroll down, then click fork.
I create the fork.
Yeah, create the fork. Yeah, so now that project is now yours. So what you do, you can open now your Visual Studio Code. Do you use VS Code?
Yes.
All right. You can create a new one, a new folder perhaps somewhere. You can close first of all the one that you have so that you don't interfere with it.
Okay. Let me just remove them from. It's a project I was working on.
Don't. Oh yeah. There's that
I just want
option
to remove them from the workspace.
Oh.
Yes, and then I can just create another folder. Then I can call it portfolio. Then I can come here and then I just add it to my workspace.
Yes.
Let me close these and these. Yes. Let me close my tummy. Yeah, that is it.
Yeah, wonderful, wonderful. So you're going to open the embedded terminal bash where you
Okay.
are.
Okay.
Open the embedded terminal there. And then do git init. Oh,
Just
it
a
is
minute. I think it's
still open.
loading. Yeah.
Okay. Do git init. Okay.
Let me
And
just
then
do this.
yeah. Now the next thing, go to your repository and then get the link.
Here.
Yeah. Click on the code. Click the code. Yeah, that
It's
one.
always this one.
Yeah. Click on it. Then go to VS Code. Then do git clone. Git clone. Then right click. Yeah. And then yeah. Okay. So it just created also another.
I did it wrong.
What you do, you can
I can
delete
just do
that.
this. I can just go back.
No, first of all, before you go there, because already it's created, I wanted you to have, because you can see you have the main folder called portfolio. Then in the inside you also have a portfolio. So you can go to the root, like on the file explore. Okay, just open your file explore and then I find that project and delete there. By the other side, it's much easier.
Okay.
Although you can use the commands, go to portfolio, and then I delete it.
I delete this one.
Yeah, I delete that one.
I wanted to use the Linux commands. It's okay though.
Yeah. So what you do, just type, of course, just try first of all, git init. Let's see. Git init.
So it's rationalized.
Oh, it was already, yeah, that's fine. So what you do next, now you can pull the previous command for cloning.
So just do.
Oh, okay.
This one?
Yeah, but then add in the period at the end. Space first, then period. Then I hit enter so that you can place it at the root.
Okay.
All right. So what you do?
It says Fatal.
Git clone. First of all, do this. Do git remote -v. -v. You don't have it, and then what you do? Can you clear first of all the string there? And then do git clone. Git clone. And then the link. Git clone, what you do, just right click. When you right click, it's going to paste automatic. So git clone, then I right click. Space, right click. And then I hit enter. Not enter, first of all, okay. No problem. Let it be the way it is. So now So what you do next? Now you have this project on your VS Code on your local environment. In fact, you can try to open it. Try to open it a bit. I think there's a live server somewhere on the VS Code. There should be okay. Click on is it run? Do you have live server extension? Yeah, click on the run. We see if we have it there. There's no. Can you try to minimize that that window for this window for the command line. Is it possible to do that to minimize the window so that we can see the HTML? Yeah, click on the HTML, click on HTML, then right click. Click in the middle of that code. Hello?
I was asking, you wanted me to run the index.html?
Yeah. Right click and then I click on run. I don't know if you have the live server.
I don't have. I usually just just run it from me. I shall just do this. Then I just open it with Google Chrome.
All right.
Yeah.
Although that one it is sometimes good for running HTML because when you update, it's going to populate automatic.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So what I do,
So it looks like this.
Okay, let me push also the images so that you can see the image as well. I
Okay.
added to the Git ignore.
Okay.
Then Git push. So I've pushed the ones with the images as well.
So I'll just have to git pull.
No, because now you have it on your repository. So when you do the pull, it will
Yeah,
still
just
no
have
change.
to pull. I just
So
want to see. It's not yet.
Yeah, so you remember when you create a repository, it's going to be just it's going to be just an independent thing. Like, and even if I pull it on my end, like it's not going to update automatically on your end. Able try to refresh to reload first. Yeah, so
not yet.
One commenting behind. So what you do? One branches committed behind.
Sync your fork.
Yeah.
Where? Here.
Just below the blue green code button.
Here. Oh, okay. I have not seen it. Update, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Click update.
Thank you.
And then you're going to do a pull. First of all, you're going to pull, but then you need to specify the branch.
I think am I in master or I'm in main? Let me just check. I'm always used to using main.
Yeah, use main. It is main. So I want you to pull the changes, but then from the main branch. Yeah, do that. Git pull.
Just git pull origin main, right?
Yeah, origin main. I think you could set the upstream so that in future it can be.
It doesn't, because I think.
Just make sure that you have okay. Do you have Nini? Have you logged in the GitHub on your computer? Can you click on that user icon?
Which one?
This icon near the gear icon there, the bottom left. The user icon. Yeah. At the top. Yeah, that one. Oh yeah, GitHub is already
though this GitHub is this one, it's the one I use at work. It's different from my GitHub.
Oh, so I think that could be the issue. You can try to sign out a bit.
But I think if I check GitHub, let me just give me a minute. If I check git config, is it always config then like this? If I can remember, I think it's, yeah, I have this one. This is the one that is working, which I'm using right now.
remember those configurations just at the local level. But you need to give it permission to access now your current, or maybe where your GitHub is open. So you could try to sign out first of all on your organization account.
Here.
Then sign out first. Then sign in. Click again where there. You need to authorize GitHub to your account. Click on the backup. I think should be backup and sync. And then sign in.
No,
Yeah,
it's not.
Sign in there at the top. At the very top on your that one. Account. Yeah.
Yes, here it is.
Yeah, so yeah, that's wonderful. That's great. So what you do now, you can I don't know if it's going to confuse you. Let's see. Will you mind just removing the entire thing, then restart again? That
Okay,
portfolio.
I removed this one from Workspace and then I load again.
I removed just the entire folder.
This
so that
one, right?
the flow will be straightforward. Yeah, that folder for portfolio, the one at the bottom, the inner portfolio, that thing.
This one.
Yeah. Or can we just begin it fresh so that people will understand? There's been a lot of complication here and there, but then just create a new folder. You can delete that one.
So let me delete it. Let me just move it from Workspace. Then I come on my downloads, and then I can create a new one. How do I call it now?
You can call it my portfolio or whatever name. My portfolio.
My portfolio.
Yeah.
The sections, not the details parts. Then we could bring in the critiquing what the article misses, both the positive and the negative side.
And then you do the Git in it.
Let me just delete this.
Okay.
Then expand this. Then I change to Git bash. Okay, there it is. So we start again. So Git init.
And then do.
Then we clone.
First of all, before you clone, can you try this one first of all to see if it's going to work? Try Git remote add. I'm not sure it's going to work. Git remote add origin. Then copy the link.
This one, right?
Yeah. But that command, I doubt it. Just click and then see.
I press enter.
Yeah, press enter. And then, okay, what you do next, try to do Git. You have added now the origin, do Git pull. Git pull origin. Oh, okay. You had set the upstream. Okay,
I
we
know
had
it was
set
supposed to be origin main because mine is in main.
all right, yeah.
And it just told me that actually. So Git pull, then origin.
Git pull origin. First of all, you can
It will
set
be
the upstream
main.
so that.
Will it be main because mine is in main, right?
Yeah, main.
Okay.
You can set the upstream so that in future you can just say git pull, git push.
So I say git.
Git pull, then space, and then hyphen, yeah, upstream. Or you
then,
just say you, just one.
Yeah, actually
then
you. Yeah. It's usually minus your u.
A u minus u, hyphen u.
-u, I mean.
Or the long name, you could even use upstream in full.
This looks weird.
It fails still. What you do, do a git clone. Do a git clone.
I hope people are not confusing.
Maybe, these errors are the ones that help people to understand, how to debug when your work is just heavenly. You don't encounter any issue, so you'll not understand. In the future you get an error, you'll think like you are cursed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but then if you encounter these errors, you add in the period at the end, space period, so that it can be at the root.
Okay.
Destination already exists. What you do git remote remove origin. Remove origin. Then you can retrieve the other command that you had written here. Then I hit enter.
Not yet.
Had you removed, try to do git remote -v.
Git remove.
-v.
It's not there.
Let's see. But the destination already exists. Oh, that git that we had already. Can you go to the file explorer? Go to the file explorer where this project is, open it.
It's empty.
And then click on the view there at the top.
Here.
Yeah, click on it. And then click show. Click on the hidden file. Go again.
So view, show, hidden items.
Yeah, hidden. Yeah, then delete it.
Okay.
And then just do git clone.
Yes.
Yeah, wonderful.
I think there will be a confusion.
Yes.
It's cloning into a folder named dots.
So she already has the folder my portfolio. So we didn't want it to create another folder, because when you don't specify the dot, it's going to create also another folder called the repository that was already in the cloud. But then now when you add in the period, it means that you want to add in now all the files in this folder called portfolio.
This one that we created.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because at first all of these were in that portfolio with small letters.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, so this is what I wanted. So I can see now it has pulled also the branch.
Yes.
Yeah,
so we are in
now.
main.
Yeah, now we are in the main. So you can go to I think download just the live extension.
Where can I have it here?
Yeah, go to the extension there at the top bottom.
Yeah,
there's
it's
that
always
icon.
Here. Is it here or itakuanga wapi? I've forgotten.
That one with
This one.
try to be Tetris here and then search for live HTML. I think it's HTML live. Okay, just live. Yeah, just search live.
This one.
Live server. Live server. Yeah, click on it. Live server.
I tried. Oh, that's out of topic.
You can just ask. You remember today is just a discussion.
Oh, I was like, there's a time I was trying to add an extension of WSL because I didn't want to change my laptop I don't want to install Linux, and I didn't want to run Linux commands on Git Bash. So I wanted to use WSL, but ikakata. But it's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so now you can see now on the VS Code there at the very top, bottom right, there's that live, go live.
This one.
So that one, at the very bottom, there's live, go live. Where you are, first of all, go to your file explorer so that this extension may disappear. Go to the folder there at the top, explore, Visual Studio there. And then go to HTML, perhaps click on the index HTML. Yeah, close that one here. That's the thing. Then now see at the very bottom right.
Bottom right. Okay, this side.
Yeah, at the very bottom. There's
Here.
There's something here, live, go live.
Yeah, this one, yes.
Yeah, so click on it. It will run at port 5.
Oh, okay.
Give it allow.
I see.
Click.
So
yes. Yeah, click allow.
oh,
and
nice,
then
nice.
So now the goodness of this one, when you update, it's going to display automatically without going to the file explorer and try to modify
True.
to rerun
Yeah.
again. So try to modify, perhaps add in your name. I'm
Okay.
sorry in case you have Mercy. Yeah. I don't know
Let
how I
me check.
used Mercy.
Let me check where you added the name.
Mercy, yeah. And then I'll go to the browser and see.
It's already changed actually.
Yeah, yeah. So you have it. Now I want you to commit the change. To change, remember you'll have to add in also first.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let me just so that people can see it. So right now I'll just add I'll not add
yeah, just
with
add all.
I only add index.html, right?
Add all, just add all. Okay, you can just add in the index HTML, but then for me, I always find it easier to write the dot
okay,
than
let me
writing
just okay.
Yeah. And then I'll do a commit. And then do set an upstream this time.
Okay. So it's git push.
Git push.
And then
dash u. Dash, just a single dash u.
Okay.
And then origin main. Such that in the future, we'll just say git push. Without anything. Yeah.
This U is always small or capital. I've forgotten.
Yeah, it's small.
Okay.
It's small. Yeah, like that. Yeah.
Yes, that worked perfect.
Wonderful. Yeah. So now let's say you want to contribute. I want to contribute now. Go to. We don't have an automatic git command for that. So this is just a git issue, GitHub issue, GitHub function. So go to your browser. You want to do a pull request in case like I want to contribute. So hey, you have a lot of tabs. You'll know which one.
You want me to close some?
Yeah, you can close some so that you'll.
Yeah, I think now it looks good. Let me close these ones. Yeah. And then?
And then go to the GitHub account, the one that you are.
It's here.
Yeah. So now let's say you want to contribute, you feel like I've made a change that is going to benefit the organization or maybe the package or whatever. So what you are going to do, scroll up and then I click that pull request. There's no git command for that. Remember, this is just a GitHub function. So click on the pull request, then a new pull request. And then now click again. Remember, first of all, it's going to display the base repository. So the base repository is scroll up first before there at the bottom. You can see there at the very top, we have the base repository. Like at the base repository, like at this the owner's repository, like the initial, the original. Yeah, it was at the building portfolio. then the branch is going to be main. Then now the head, this is now your repository where you have Linda and then a portfolio. Then the branch is main. And then at the very bottom now, when you scroll down, it's going to display now the changes that you've made.
Yeah, me as a person, like.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
So the changes that you've made now, so it's going to display there. Linda, like at the existing, is going to display the minus. Then the one that you added is going to display green and the plus. So to show that you have added this one here. So like if you feel like everything is fine, then you click that icon for create pull request. Yeah, create a pull request. Then perhaps you can add in a title for that pull request.
What can I say?
You can write anything like you've used that one.
I can say can I say made changes?
Yeah.
Made changes in index.html. Then I can say
now you can add in a lot of description at the bottom.
Okay, so that's the title.
Yeah, don't maliza maneno before. Get to the part of the description. Yeah. I'm sorry we have the Nigerians. We have a lot of people today.
It was from Masiwanjiko to Linda Sumbati.
Yeah. But then, for example, if it is a big system, you can say, for example, you are contributing, you're adding this thing, then you say, for example, the benefits or maybe what your code is trying to solve. Like I can add in many things, like any descriptive thing, so that people will understand your request, your commit very well. Then I also feel everything is fine. Then you click just create a pull request.
Okay, great.
Yeah, so we have sometimes people can do it, can embed, like I can also do it, can also include the malwares, like the code to bring malwares to you, or maybe a virus. Someone just want to inject a virus or maybe something like that. So we have the Git Guardian on the GitHub, which is going to detect in case there's something that's not right. Also, we have something called like before you merge it, you have an option to review the code manually. So now once you've done this commit, so now the owner of this account is going to receive this notification that someone is trying to do is trying to add something or contribute. So now it's coming to my end. Can I now share so that, okay, yes, first of all, before I share, any question from the team up to where we are? Remember, it is Q and A.
I have a question.
Yes.
Since is it Linda? Linda is on her repository. She created she forked the repository from Nemtech. Now this pull request, will it be able to affect, or rather, is this pull request made to the repository that is forked or her repository?
Now the pull request is coming out to the original or maybe the owner of that repository. And in this case, it was a portfolio. It was a building portfolio, like is the owner of the repository. So Linda, she forked or made a copy of the existing or maybe original repository, which was at the building portfolio account organization. So what she has is just a forked version. So when she do a pull request, it's gone out to the original owner of the repository, which is the building portfolio organization. So the building portfolio organization is the one that it is receiving now the pull request.
And everybody who's in that organization will receive a message, I made that change, right?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Were you sorted?
So I should stop?
First of all, let's see if he is sorted. How was it? Have you got it? Gotten it?
It was Jackson. Is it Jackson?
Yes.
You've understood?
I'm a little bit confused, but let's just go on. Maybe you'll understand as we move.
All right, let me repeat it again. Now you can see the owner of the account was NameTech, not NameTech, but the organization called Building Portfolio. So that is the original owner of the repository, right?
Okay.
And then Linda, she's the one that has forked or copied. Remember, forked is the same as copy. The code that was at the Building Portfolio account. So she forked it or maybe copied it to her own account, right? And then once she did that, she added to their local environment, and then she made a change. And perhaps she feel like that change is going to contribute to the organization. Then what she is going to do, she's going now to do a pull request. Now, when you do a pull request, it's going to notify now the owner of the repository. Let's assume that you have a package like pandas. You want to contribute to that package so that you can add in more functionality or maybe anything that is going to contribute there. So you'll fork first of all. Then once you fork, you add in the code that you feel like is going to help a lot. Then once you have added now the code, then now when you do a pull request, it's going now to the original, the owner of the package, the owner of the package. Then they are going to receive the notification that someone has made a pull request. You're following?
I usually hear in at workplace when people are giving out their standards. I'm like, I'm pulling the PR. I was wondering what are they really doing, the developers. So at least I now understand what they're always doing. Yeah.
Wonderful. That's congratulations. Yeah. So you've understood first of all, or you'll understand later?
Yes. I have understood.
Right. Okay. So yes.
I have a question. Now that Linda has made a change.
Yes.
Now me as a new user, as a different user, if I want to fork the original repository, will I get the changes that Linda has made, or I'll only get the original one?
So this will be the flow. So Linda is going to make a pull request. Then once I merge now those changes to the original account, then for you, for example, if you had forked you had forked the repository, then or maybe the owner of the account, or the owner of the repository has merged now the changes. Then on your end, you are going to just sync. I believe someone told Linda earlier how to sync. Now, when you sync it, you are going to automatically get the changes on your end. So on your end, you're going to just do it sync, because now once the owner that has done the updates or a match now the code from the Lindas, then on your end is going to, when you click on the sync, it's going to automatically pull all the changes from the original repository. Have you understood? Or is it clear?
Yes, it is clear.
Okay, wonderful. Any other question before we go to the other screen? All right, so let's check now the owner of the account. So this is you can see my screen.
Yes.
Yeah, so let me go to the code. Oh, should be here. Okay, let's see. Repository, yeah. Okay, so you can see now here the pull request. It is listed. You can see there's a counter here, 1 pull request. Then I can do what? I can open this. I can just click on it. You can see it also display who is the one that is trying to do a pull request. You can see it's display Linda, and is trying to pull to this account and also to the main branch. It's also display the branch. So here at the very bottom is going to display now the changes. So before I merge it to the code, I need to review, because remember, someone can inject anything. For example, a virus, like a code that, for example, when you just include it in your project, is going to corrupt everything. So you need to have a team of reviewers to review the code changes. So when I just click on this one, this commit, then I'm going to find all the changes that she has made. So for example, you feel like this code is not good, what you'll do, you can just specify the line that I want, for example, to be modified. For example, you are doing now the review, you are a reviewer. You can just click wherever you want to add in the comment, and then say, for example, what can I write here? For example, whatever. Let me say that you want to. What can I write here? Anyone to give me what to write?
Do you want to reject or to accept it?
I write that.
No, I am asking if you are you ascertaining my my review or you don't want it? Like you've looked at it, then you've seen like maybe haiko sawa, ama unataka accept useme maybe something.
Oh, now whenever you are writing a review, so there's something like, for example, if it's not working the way it was expected, let's say a team of reviewers have checked your code and the things are not working right. So you can write, for example, any line that I feel like it's not good. Assume that this line has a code that's going to inject a malware to the system. You can write something like, remember, anytime you write a review, this in the event is an issue you need to resolve. So an issue, I think, shouldn't be positive. Or you can write it's positive. Yeah, so I can say, for example, there should be, like I remove this code, for example, I remove this code, or I explain the code. And then what you do, you can click on start a review. And then now you click on the finish review. Then you can add in these reviews about whatever, blah, blah, blah. Then I click on the submit first. So yeah, people are going to check on those reviews, like the reviews. For example, remove this code, like people are going to go through the code, like, and the time it is in the review process. So once they are good, for example, you've resolved the issue, you're going to do it, click this resolve so that you can be able to merge. You click on the resolve, then you'll be able to do it. You'll be able now to merge it. So like if you feel like everything is fine, then you click on merge pull request. And then you are specifying what you are including and all that. Then you click on the just merge.
Yeah, I even got an email.
Yeah. So when you click on it, then it means that your request is, you can see it's no longer here. It is approved. It is approved. But then remember that on the pull request, you need to be thorough, because now we are just using this basic thing to demonstrate, but then it could be an organization and someone has just injected something that is, or maybe has included something that's going to corrupt the entire system. So ensure that the system, like you've done a very wonderful, what do you call it? Like I've done a thorough review, though we have the Git what? There's this Git what? Ile security, what do you call it? I've already forgotten. Git security, is it not security? Is there anyone who remembers the name? It is like that system that I usually detect in case there's an issue. I think it had displayed on the Linda's page, not Copilot. I remember, and I'll explain. So first of all, is there a question now? Remember now when you go to our project, let me try now to do a pull, to do the Git pull on my code. Is it sharing my entire screen? When I go to the VS Code, you can see still.
Yes.
Yeah, now let me put the changes there and do Git. Git pull, but then let me set the upstream so that in the future Git pull. Okay, let me clear. So Git pull. Then let me set the upstream so that in future I can just say Git pull without anything. Origin and then main. Okay, sorry. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Let's see first. Yeah. Let me try Git pull. I don't know if it's there. Git pull origin. Don't know why I'm getting these errors. So let me try to run.
But it worked, right?
Oh yeah, it has worked. All right, so let me do this. Okay, I think it is somewhere. So you can see now, I'm going to automatically get now these changes. So you can see now Linda has successfully contributed to the organization project. So basically this is how it usually work on the production. Let me show you, I believe I had shown you earlier. For example, I have, though it's not appropriate to share the clients, but team buyer. So for example, let's say this project, it is like it is running from the GitHub. Though I know it's not good. Just want to demonstrate. Because I only have one GitHub account, I could demonstrate it with the other account, but this is the main account that I'm using. So for example, let's say this is the project that is running. Let me go to nametech GitHub. And then, for example, to the organization. Like I want to show you how these things are automated. Like when you just do a change, it's going to affect everything. For example, this one. Now, when you go to, for example, something like, okay, front end, I think it's here. Alihaya.com. Though they haven't launched it yet, so so in fact, they haven't even added any assets, so it's good for demonstration. So in fact, they haven't even added anything, so they will forgive me this time. So now I want to just make a change. Remember, I've synced with the GitHub. Now in the front end, I believe something that is much easier to do is, for example, I like using this example. Like okay, let me find something that I can edit. But then remind me to re-edit. This is someone else's project. Let me see. Let me just try to modify a file. So that you see this thing. Like I just want to, I don't want even to pull it on my account to update it from my account. Let me just do it on the GitHub itself. Remember the same operation, you can do it on the GitHub. Let me just try to modify. There's something that I tried last time. Let me do the same this time. Example, popular asset. Let me remove this until popular. But I'll try to create another account just for demonstration. It's not a good idea to use the client's project to demonstrate, but then so let me click on commit. Now you can see, for example, when you just do a commit, like for example, this is the main branch, it's going to automatically do it, populate here. You can see it populates. So the same approach we did earlier. For example, when you did a pull request, you saw that it automatically changed to Linda. So that's why we said that we need to have the branches, Git branches, such like those branches, such that you can always push it to the branch. Then you have a team that is going to check it on an environment for testing environment. Then once everything is fine, then they will update. So you can see at the moment it's popular asset, but then because it's going to take some time because I've implemented here such that it's going to check the code. But then the goodness of this railway application, for example, whenever it crashes, the one that is active, it will continue to run. And then you can always redeploy the previous version that it was working fine. But then we'll talk about the containerization in future, such that you can create images, containers. For example, sometimes there's these issues that are usually, for example, you tell a client it's working but on my computer it was working. I don't know why it's not working on your end. So if you want to avoid such issues, there's something called a containerization. We talk about the doc, I believe, in the future, where, for example, if you have an image that is working on the local environment, when you send it to someone else, it's going to use the same configuration without any issues because it's going to create that image. So when it finishes, it's going to automatically populate, but then that wasn't there. So the thing that I wanted to demonstrate is that whenever you're updating the live or maybe the main branch that is running the website or maybe application or anything for the organization, make sure that you've done a lot of reviews. And then because once you push it to the main, the one that is running the organization platform, is going to automatically update it. That's why we need to work on the branch. And I believe you guys know the branches. Okay, first of all, before I go to that, is there anyone that wants to also demo to share their screen and also try to do the same thing? Amma or any question up to here?
I think somebody should share their screen.
Yes.
Just a volunteer so that maybe you can shikanisha vizuri.
Yes, sure. Because now the essence is to understand the collaboration, because soon we are going to begin tackling big projects. And are these basic things you need to understand, like what, just collaborating and stuff. Anyone who can volunteer to share their screen?
Ama watu ndo wanatoka job wako mbali na laptops.
Yeah, is there anyone? Eve, can you share your screen? Because at the end of it, I want to talk about now the issues, and that one could be important. But then before then, I want to make sure that you guys have understood or understand the basics on the collaboration. Anyone who can volunteer? Or you have sensitive things? You have sensitive things, you don't want to expose it. Anyone?
I did not receive an invite to the organization repository, so if you could invite me, I can be able to share.
You can send me the email on this Q&A button there. But then as he's trying to do that, he's sending the email. There's something called the conflicts. Have you found the Q&A button? Tab?
Yes.
Yeah, write me the email there, and then I'm going to invite you. Or maybe do we have is it CK? Is CK around? CK isn't around. I believe we'll need more admins. We need more admins. Yes?
The Q&A says Q&A was not set up for this meeting.
Oh. I don't know how to update it. But I'll forgive you for today, but then you'll send me on your WhatsApp. On my WhatsApp, sorry. Send me your email on my WhatsApp, then I'll add you later. Any other person who has access to the organization, they try to share the screen. Are you understanding these things, guys? Is it wonders? Is it miracles happening?
Your username on the WhatsApp group is Nemtech.
Yeah, Nemtech. Or I can use the other one, I think it's Nehemiah. But they use Nehemiah because this is the one that I have it on the computer. I've linked it to the computer. Then Nehemiah, I think, is one of the admin. So now sometimes you might want to contribute. Like at the moment, you can see that we were working on the same file, on the same index file. Linda, she's working on the same.
Are you still sharing your screen?
Oh, let me share. Sorry.
And I wanted to say you keep you add inaitwaje profile kwa hiyo portfolio project.
Pardon?
I was saying
Mm-hmm.
unaona hii portfolio organization tumejoin.
Yes.
Uitengeneze ka profile.
Oh, I'll create that one. I believe so. A volunteer will give us an icon.
Okay.
So that we can
An
add in
icon.
a study group or whatever. Just a nice thing. That's a nice icon. Yeah. We are going to do wonders with you guys. We are going to do big projects here. And you are going to learn a lot in the long run. So,
I've shared the email.
okay, I don't know if I have sensitive things on my WhatsApp. Allow me to disconnect first. I have my WhatsApp.
We'll see Kababa.
Yeah, so for me, I don't have an issue, but perhaps I might expose someone who don't want it, like they didn't want to. This one is going to on GitHub public, and not GitHub, YouTube. So let me. And then nowadays you have the Twitter DCI. They can do you wonders. Yeah, they just trim that part. Okay, it's saying that is already. Oh, in order to prevent abuse, we've limited the number of invitations that can send in a day. Oh, they have. I think they have restricted on my end. I can't invite other people.
Okay.
Or I can send it to CK. CK, she'll try. Or it's the same account. If it has restricted me, it will also restrict her. I don't know. But I will think on that. Yeah, so let me demonstrate one thing, because most of the time, like this usually happen to most developers. Let's see. Like, let's say Linda, assuming that this is just a portfolio, but then it just should be just a one. You can see my screen.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So, like this project should be just one. Should just be a personal project. For example, it shouldn't be for the organization, because you're updating your profile names and your details. You perhaps want to update the details, so you don't want to contribute. Like, it's not something that you want to contribute or something like that. But then let's say you have let's say someone else is trying to update the same file, index file, but then they want to contribute. Let's say around 10 people are updating the same page. So let's assume that the browser, let me assume that there's someone else that has already done what? They have already. Okay, Linda, can you try to change something and push?
I changed something on the. Okay.
Let me just do it now. Let me just do it on this other end. Okay, first of all, let me see. This one,
You
if
want
it
me to
has worked.
change?
Just a second first.
Okay.
So you can see here, this was what I was writing. So you can see it has updated, but then it's someone else's project. Let me modify first of all to be in the good way. Then I'll do it. It was explicit, right? Explicit. Let's just close this project, and then yeah. So let me close this thing. So let's assume that it's a project. Repositories, portfolio. Let's assume that someone else has contributed to this project and that it's already merged in the main branch. Perhaps let's go to the index, and then perhaps let's say that it is. I'm not sure if we have someone called Bernard. Let me try to modify. Let's say Bernard. Like that, I'm not sure if the spelling. Wanjala. Bernard Wanjala should be a lawyer. Bernard. I'm not sure if this is spelling. Now let me modify, let me commit the changes. So you can see now this one is latest. Like I've modified it. Like I remember anytime that you want to push the code, like on your end it should be the one that is updated. You need to have first of all the codes in the cloud. You need to have those codes on your computer such that when you push it, it's going to update it. But then you can't have like an update on the branch, on the one at the cloud, then you try to update it on your end and then you try to push. You're going to have something called a conflict. And we are going to demonstrate to talk about issues in a few.
It's the worst.
Yeah. So now let me say you can see the file that has Linda. For example, let me say Linda. Let me also add in a case at the end. Assuming that we are married. So you're using my name.
Okay.
So let me try again actually I'm lazy. Don't know why. Let's say we've added then we track to the file and then let's try to commit. Now, when I want to push, you're going to see something here that is very, very annoying. Let's do a git push and git push. Let me see if we have push. Okay, let me just write git push origin main. Yeah. Now let's see it. Okay, first of all, not push, pull. Let's pull first. Pull. Pull is the event you want to merge. In the event you want to merge, but then when you want to merge, you can see that like at the same lines, like you are trying to modify the file data. It was already. These are very basic things. Let me just write. I don't know why I'm lazy. Git pull origin main. Remember now the pull command is a command to fetch the changes in the cloud, and at the same time is going to merge those changes to the branch that you are working at the moment, like at the branch that you have it on the local environment. So when you try to merge these changes, and for example, the same lines have been modified by several people, so you're going to have something called conflicts. When I hit enter, I'm going to have here conflicts. You can see I'm going to have these conflicts. You can see now in the cloud it had Bernard Wanjala, and then the same line it has Linda Wekesa here. So you're going to have this issue. So you can decide what you want to maintain or to have it. So for example, let's say you want to remove this one. Unless you remove this one, you're going to have issues. You'll not be able to push. Let me see. Let's try to add. In fact, let's say git add. Not add. Git commit. Let's try. Not add push. Let's try push. You can see I can't do anything now. Okay, and let's try git commit. Commit dash my commit. You can see you can't do anything unless you fix the issue. So if you find yourself in this situation, so what you do, for example, you are modifying the same file, several people, like when you try to merge, when you want to merge them together, you'll have these conflicts. So in the event you want to fix it, you'll have to manually remove the lines that I want to remove and leave the one that I want to maintain. So in this case, for example, you want to remove this one and then maintain what? Maintain this one. You can just do that. Then, like you'll have to do this manually and it's going to be tiresome. At the moment, we're just using the basic code, but sometimes you have a lot of code. It's going to be very tiresome. So now once you've done that, you can do now the git add, and then git commit, and then once you've done the commit, now you can peacefully push it. Git push origin main. So this one it's going to do it. It's going to push it successfully. So you can see now the the issue that it might bring. Like in the event you are working on the same file, it can give you like a lot of issues. That's why we have a lot of something called GitHub issues. First of all, is there a question up to here? Are you understanding? Are you gaining something?
For me, I'm good.
Wonderful. And the rest, are you guys understanding? Lazarus. Are you Lazarus?
I'm fine, boss. And you?
I'm also good. You're quiet.
I'm loading pole, bro.
Okay. All right. You don't have any question up to here?
Not at the moment yet.
All right. Anyone who has a question, nitampatia zawadi. I'll give them a gift. If you ask a question, I'm going to give you a gift. All right. So basically you'll have issues. Like for example, let's say you are the senior developer, you have junior developers who are contributing to your project. So you'll have not a junior person, but let's say you are the manager, or maybe the project manager, or any person who is responsible on assigning roles or a task to different people. So you'll not want to assign to make people work on the same file, because you'll realize that you'll have these issues. At the moment, we're just using a few lines of code. That's why you can easily fix. But then if it is big, it's a big system and a lot of changes has been made, it will do it. It will cost you a lot. So in the event you want to do that, like a GitHub came up with something called issues. GitHub came up with something called issues, such that you can assign people to work on different things, such that they don't work on, for example, the main, they don't work on the same thing. Because when you try to merge all of them together, you'll have those conflicts, and it's going to give you a lot of time a lot of task to to merge the changes and all that. So to fix the changes. So basically in that case, you'll have to do something called issues. This is just a GitHub. It's not part of Git. It's just a GitHub function for issues so that you can assign people issues. So let me click on issues. And then now I can do it. I can click on the new issue. Perhaps I can call it navbar. Okay, footer, the title. And then I can say, for example, Linda, I want you to work on the footer of the project or something. I want you to work, or you can just write like a very, very detailed description so that they will understand what you want to do. Remember, they have the rich text here, so you can add in as many as you want, like something that's very, very descriptive, so that she'll understand the role or maybe the task at hand. So once you elaborated the issue, then you can assign someone. For example, let's find Linda. So you can select Linda. Remember, you can only assign one person. Let's see. So you can see now there. I believe this one you can only assign one person. So it's going to be Linda. Then Linda will also create a team. But I don't know if I'll have time to talk about that. Someone can create a team within an organization that she's going to also have another team under her who are going to contribute the way we talked about earlier. So she can as well have a team that are going to also contribute on the same. So once you've elaborated the issue, then when I click on submit new issue, then Linda should be able to see the issue. I don't know if Linda, have you received any notification?
I go to GitHub, right?
Yes, go to GitHub. So you can see when I create a new issue, it's going to appear here.
Where should I see it?
On your end, when you
I've already gotten an email.
You can, I think the best way is just click on it. I click on the email. I believe it will direct you automatically to it.
Okay. Just give me a minute.
Yeah, no problem. So you can create as many issues as you want, especially if it is a big organization and that you have a lot of people or developers. Like you can assign each and everyone. For example, you work on the about page, you work on the backend, make sure that the backend is fine. You work on the data cleaning, make sure that there's no discrepancy or some null values or whatever. And then another person to work on something else. So you're going to have a lot of issues. And then once you feel like, for example, someone has submitted their issue, for example, they have resolved the footer, then you can just click on the close issue, which means that the issue it is already resolved. Yeah.
Yeah, I've gotten it.
You've gotten it. What does it say? Will you mind to share the screen?
Okay.
All right, let me stop sharing. Can
you see it?
Yes, I can see it.
Yeah, so it told me, Linda, I want you to work on the footer.
Yes. So you're going to, yeah.
Yeah, and it's assigned.
Yeah, you are assigned. Okay, all right. So like an unsigned is like you don't want it. Yeah. So you've opened it, so you're going to get all the work that you need to do. So once you've received the issue, you're going to do it. You're going to create a branch for it. Perhaps you can call it, for example, footer, and then I work on that branch. Once the issue is fixed, then they are going to merge it. Okay, can you go to branches there at the top? Above, first of all, try to click on that open button. Does it work? Is it clickable?
This one.
Yeah. Oh, it's not. All right. All right. So it shows that the issue is opened yet. It's not yet closed. Yeah. Yeah, that's wonderful.
Okay.
So, for example, let's say you've received an issue. An issue is like a task that you've been given because you don't want to have many people working on the same thing. Like you can see that portfolio. For example, let's say that is the one that it is running. For example, someone come up with a different name, another one with a different name. So when you want to merge it, you can see like everyone is going to lose because you're going to have the conflicts and Git is going to struggle to know which one you want to maintain, to keep. So you'll get those conflicts. But then if you assign people roles or issues, they know what they are going to work on. So once you receive an issue, and then what you do is you can just go to the branches. But then you can create a branch on your computer as well. But then you can as well go there at the top and then go to the branches.
Branches, I can see branches.
You can see where I have main.
Oh, here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you can do it. Okay, this is this. Okay, remember you should create now the branch on your let's see. Okay, let me create the branch on. Let me see. Remember now.
Be here or here?
Now you will need to fork the repository so that you can be able. Can you try to access it on your account? I believe you had forked it already.
Yes.
Go to the one that you have it on your account, Linda's account.
Okay, let me go. Just
okay. The system will address the
this one. I think I'm four commits behind. Okay, let me update.
Yeah, update it.
Okay.
And then what you do, go to the branches. No, though you'll have copied, you'll have forked, so there's no even need for the branch.
Okay.
Because you already have a forked branch, so you don't need. But then in the event you want to create another branch just for testing, you can click on the branch. that branch, and then I believe it should allow you to create a new branch. Yeah, there's that icon. There's that account for new branch at the top.
Where?
On your top right.
Oh, here.
Yeah, branch. So you can only create a branch on your
So I can
account.
call it Sumbati.
Perhaps call it footer. It should be somehow related to the issue. Yeah.
And then I create.
Then, yeah, you can create a branch and then yeah. So just like that, then you can decide to be working on the footer, and then later you merge it to the branch. But then because you have forked the branch, you have the entire website or maybe the entire system on your end. You have already forked it. So you're going to concentrate on the issue that you were given. Then you're going to leave the rest without touching it. Without touching it, because you have a copy. It's not going to affect like the main branch on the main account. So you're going to work on it, but then based on that issue.
Then like I just focus on fixing the footer of maybe the website. Okay.
Yeah, the website, yeah.
Nice. That's nice.
Yeah. So any question, guys? Any question up to there? Now, lastly, as we try to wind down, sometimes, let's say you, first of all, let me say Linda has fixed this issue. Let me close the issue. Now, sometimes, let's say you want to create a team, like someone, for example, if you are the front end engineer, the one who stand for the front end, what do we call it? You guys who understand English. Like, for example, the leader for front end, what do we call them? Are you blank like me? Okay, for example, front end, like someone who is going to like.
I think I saw Ian. Talk to Ian.
Oh, Ian, you can just unmute and speak.
Yes. Thank you so much for this. Hi, how are you doing?
First of all, Ian, welcome so much. It's been decades.
Yes, it's been a minute, but I hope you guys are doing well.
Yeah, fine.
I can see we are doing some good work. Okay, I don't want to. I'm not answering the question that you've asked, but maybe if I can give it a guess. Are you talking about the project manager or something?
Yeah, the project manager. Yeah, that's wonderful. That's the thing. The project manager, but then the one that, for example, you'll have several. For example, for backend, for database, for front end. Yeah, so those leads.
Oh, but I think currently in most organizations, we might have very few, let's say, a senior front-end engineer being a supervisor or heading the front-end team, and senior back-end developer heading the back-end team. Okay, those things happen in big companies like Google, all those big companies that you can think of, but the ones here, like in Dogondogo, full stack developer, they actually just take a full stack developer who is the UI UX designer, who is the front end, who is the back end, who is the DevOps. Yeah.
Oh,
but what I wanted, yes,
just talk. Sorry.
Yeah, but what I wanted to ask is, what is the objective of this session? Are we learning? Are we starting to learn full stack development or what?
Just as Nani Eve had said in the group, we talked about now the Git and GitHub last time, but then we wanted to understand how to collaborate. So the essence is just to understand how to collaborate on via the GitHub. Like that project is just nothing. Like I just use it as a sample to show how we can collaborate on a project. It's just a placeholder or just something to have it just for demonstration, to demo. Is it demonstration? Demonstration
Yes.
is mostly associated with the protests. Does it also apply here?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so. I think because if you say right now we just start working on a project,
Yes.
I think kutakuwa na issue kubwa sana because you can understand maybe some people have their GitHub but they have never known
Yes.
various places. Like Mimi, today I've learned so many things. So napata as we start working on something, like the day we'll decide on a huge project sasa tuanze work on, it will be
Yeah.
easier because unapata if Nehemiah just pushes as issue to you, Ian, you'll understand what to do and tukiendelea kusonga mbele, but tukianza tu immediately watu watakufa roho.
Yes, yes. So
Yeah, I
the
think yes, yes. Thank you so much for that clarification. Oh, kumbe we're working on GitHub. Yeah,
yeah,
that
so
is what I was asking. Thank you for bringing that.
all right, you're welcome. So first of all, we wanted to understand now the basics on the collaboration, because assuming that we want to have a project, a big project, we just want to begin that project straight away. You can see, for example, someone will have to send you the codes, and then you automatically try to check the changes and link it manually. They'll send it to, for example, via WhatsApp, Telegram, get there, someone says code, someone has code, try to match them. You can see it's going to cost you, it's going to take you a lot of time. And that's why we decided to begin with the very basics, understand how we can collaborate. The aspect of collaboration, aspect of Git and GitHub, how it works. Then now when we begin to collaborate on a project, then everyone will have the solid background. Will have that strong background, because you can't tackle a big issue when you have issues with the basics, things to do with the collaboration. Yeah, that's a very good question, Ian. And don't be very
Thank you
quiet.
for the clarification.
All right, you're welcome. I saw a hand. Who was it?
I think it was Eva.
If you can, you can talk it. You can talk. You can talk now.
Okay. Thank you, Nehemiah. Linda, it's good to hear from you after a long time. And
I'm back. Actually, guys, I got lost. I think I need to give you an update. I was not okay. I had something going on in my family, so I was so engaged. I didn't even have that strength of coming and tutoring you people, and I didn't want to disturb it. That's why I got lost out of nowhere. But right now, I'm back on track. So sorry, guys, but right now, I'll be there 100%. Yeah.
You're welcome, Linda. And so sorry about the issues, but be strong.
okay, Linda, so sorry for that, and welcome
Thank you.
back.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for the session today, Nehemiah. So for those of us who were not able to follow through completely, you can wait for some time and then you can check on the WhatsApp group description. There you will find the playlist so that you'll be able to access the recording. So I think that's it from my end.
Yes. Yeah, wonderful, Sana. Eve. So we are learning something. So let me give you some itineraries, though if she's the one to do that. But I will work on that. But then after this one, next time we'll talk about the basics on though it's not yet approved, but my suggestion was because you guys have learned data science mostly to deal with the database and stuff. So sometimes, now for example, if people are developers want to use your code, or maybe let's say you've cleaned the data and all that. So if you want to share it to people, to someone, they will need to, mostly we usually work with the APIs so that we can fetch data from a particular website to another website and communicate it that way. So my thought was, for example, if you could learn the basics on the APIs and some basics on sometimes you might also want to deploy your project, because people will not go through your your notebook to see how you predicted the cancer and all that. They want something deployable they can just interact with it with easy. So I was thinking if we could do next basics on the Django. By the way, Django is is the most easiest framework to learn, especially you guys that have learned Python. It's just a Python framework. So that was what we were to do. Then before we do the project as well, I was thinking on how we can talk about now the containerization, because I can give you a project that is working on my computer, and then when I send it to you, it's not going to work. So for example, you can share a project to a client, and then for example, say it is working, then for example, on their end, it's not working. Then you'll begin to complain that it's working on my end. We can have a meeting, I show you, because of different environments. But then when you talk about now the containerization, we talk about the images, such that the image that you are going to have it here, when you share it to someone, or maybe when you deploy, it's going to have the same, it's going to work the same way, especially things to do with the version. Sometimes you're using a package that is latest, and then, for example, the server doesn't use that. So, when you deploy, you're going to have a lot of issues. But then now, when you understand the containerization, you'll have the same image that is working on your computer. It will work on the server computer. It will work on someone else's computer, like that. Basically, I'm saying this because I've been in this for some time, so I'm talking out of experience. So I think if you could do that, will it be okay, guys, with you? If we go that direction before we begin now the main project, like handling the main things now. Should we do that?
Yes, for me, I give it a thumbs up.
Wonderful, Linda.
Me too.
Because I think we need to have those basics so that when we start on a high note, such that data analyst will be looking for data, there will be people training, there are people will be writing pipelines, like kitambo tufike to deploying to like we are not going back again to read about the Django. Equate to some basics and correcting each other tukisonga mbele. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. And the rest, I want to hear from Oloch, Kevin, Omondi.
Hi, Nema.
Hi.
So there was a question here. I don't know where it went. It was on the issue, but should we categorize them to labels and milestones? How do we categorize them?
To categorize issues. Yes.
Like, how do we manage the issues? Should they be categorized using labels or milestones, something like that?
Oh, I believe there's something that let me see if it's let me see on the issues. Let me see. What it was here. Okay, new issues. Let's see. But there you can see you guys have questions. But no problem. Oh, you're talking about these things. The label such that, for example, yeah, so you can, by the you've talked about something very important. So on this one, it's a good practice to also make it very detailed once you've described the title, the description. For example, the label, it could be, for example, fixing the bugs. For example, for you, it is documentation, for example, to make a duplicate, or maybe just writing something. Remember something called issue. It is something that's not working, right? An issue, a bug. Okay, not really a bug, but something that you want to fix, or maybe how can I put it? Like something that's not working well, you want to update it. Perhaps it could be a bug, it could be just an update, it could just be anything. So you can categorize. Perhaps on your end it could be, for example, a bug, something is not working well. Then, for example, let's say you just want to add in the documentation, or maybe enhancement. So this is to update. And then so you can categorize based on those things. And then at the project, at the moment, we don't have any project. I haven't created any project. You can always create the project here on the project, create a new project so you can categorize. But they will be doing this way. We create a project, then under project, we create a repository and then distribute now there to people, assign people to work on particular issues. But then guys, don't strain much on this one because we are going to learn these things as we go on. Before we begin to work on the real project, you'll have understood these entire things, these basics, and including also the teams. But we need to also create a team. We'll have a team, for example, for backend development, front end, for mobile, for whatever. So we'll work on this one. I believe you learn a lot. You can consider this as your internship. You learn a lot. You're going to gain experience while working on this project. As soon as we are going to start the project, you learn a lot, so that when you go to an organization, you are already a pro. You already have the experience. Yeah. Is it okay, Kevin?
Yeah, it's fine, and I'm looking forward to more interactions in the future. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Yeah, so guys, I've realized that I'll have to mention your name so that you can talk. Can someone just ask a question without me mentioning their name? Like Mildred.
I think I've said 1, 2, 3. I don't have a question.
Oh, you are the one who was talking?
Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful. By the way, I like when people are active. When you just say something, but it's more like to me, this is just personal thing. And it's just a personal thing. Like I always like people contributing, especially if it's a collaborative thing. Ray, is that Ray? One Ray? The floor should be yours. If it's that Ray from Nigeria, the floor should be yours.
Sorry, I won't be able to talk much. I'm in the hospital now. So,
sorry. So sorry, Ray. I wish you a quick recovery. Sorry. All right. So, guys, you're good? Remember, this should be the end. Okay, I see Victor has unmuted, perhaps. He wants to talk. I hope so. Victor? You want to ask something? Remember now, this is the end of Git. This is the end of Git. Up next is going to be, so make sure that you've asked me something that you perhaps could hinder you in the future. Make sure that you use this opportunity to ask. Victor, you're talking.
But then, Nema, did you handle the documentation part?
Oh, the markdown commands. Oh, yes, you're saying?
But I joined late. Maybe I didn't hear that part.
On the documentation?
Yes.
Actually, I haven't covered on this part. The Git, the markdown commands. I've done this one several times. I've taught it many times. And it's already available on the GitHub. So I think we can, it could be perhaps a waste of time to do that because it's already on my YouTube. I've teach it, I think, many times. It's already there. Markdown commands, how you can document, you can write a documentation for your project. It's already, I did it already on the GitHub on the markdown commands, such that you can document your project and do anything with it. I'll share the link with I don't know how I'll do that. Actually, I'll add that link to the playlist such that I can easily access it and learn more about the markdown command so that you can do a documentation for your project. But then as well, we'll learn more on the same as we go on.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you for the question, first of all. Any other?
Please, for last week and this week's discussion on Git, so that we should share the link, so that some of us can catch up back on it as well.
Oh, sure. We are going to provide it. I'm going to upload it on the GitHub, and also I'll share it also on the group. Then is going to update the description in case you miss it. Or maybe the charts are too many. You can go to the description and find the link to the playlist, and it's going to be arranged in an organized manner, such that the oldest will be the first one, the latest will be at the very bottom on that playlist, such that you can go from the first to the latest. So everything for this series is going to be on that playlist that it is in the description.
Okay, maybe to respond to those asking about the link, on our group description for the study group, we have the playlist link, and then we have the meeting link. The other playlist is for the data science. We've just retained it for anyone who might want to review it, but the one that is at the topmost is a playlist for the building portfolio project. So after today's session, you can give Nehemiah a few hours to have the playlist populated. Then you can access it and share. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Eve. Do you have someone called Chebet? Jebet. Is it Chebet or Jebet? All right, look for her. All right, so guys.
Yes, I think I've had.
Yes? Are you the one?
Yes.
The former instructor, not even the former. Are you the one?
Yes, I'm the one.
Wow, nice to have you.
Thank you.
I think you should use Chebet.
Oh, okay, okay.
All right, yeah. I always like to have those. Should I call them notorious? Have you ever, there's that clip for a gay. Are you a gay? There's that clip. So actually, in this context, I just want to have those other previous instructors. I just want to have all of them so that tutasaidiana in the case something. Sometimes vitu nakanlemea hapa to have backups is a good thing. Thank you so much, Jebet. Yeah. All right. So, guys, thank you so much, and we'll meet again next week. And then next week is going to be another topic. I think I will talk with Eve. We know what will be covered in the next session. Yeah. So, thank you so much, guys, and yeah, hand it by there. I should hand it to Eve. Then I shall close it, perhaps, or yeah. Let me hand it over to her.
Okay, thank you so much, Nehemiah, and everyone else present. As I've mentioned earlier, you can always go to the group description to access the playlist. Have a good night, guys, and see you next week.
Thank you.
Good night. Bye. You're welcome.
Good night and bye-bye.